Hello. I just got back from the Rancho Cucamonga area. I took my wife to work today, and I have the next 4 days off, so, you know, I was just kind of spending the day out there in Rancho Cucamonga, and we wanted to do some shopping out that way anyway, so while she was at work, I did my own shopping. And I'm sure you can deduce what that might be, but it was actually my second time. Oh, before I get into the story, in the background I have playing Procol Harum's 1969 release, A Salty Dog. So, yeah, I listen to music on Mog all the time, and it recommends music based on what you've liked on there and what your friends have liked on Facebook, that sort of thing. And so it gives you these recommendations, and that was one popped up based on my interest in Pink Floyd. So, and what I've heard of it, I loved. Yeah, I'll have to look more into them, but it's from 1969, and as some of you may know, the 60s is my favorite decade of music, so it's just, so much great music came out of that period that it just blows me away. But anyway, that's what we're listening to, Procol Harum, A Salty Dog. So, my first stop was just kind of a shot in the dark. Someone posted that they had found a bunch of records. I want to say it was River Kid or something like that. Posted that he had found a bunch of records at Tuesday Morning. And I've checked a couple Tuesday mornings here, no records, so including the one I went to today. Yeah, nothing even remotely. Well, I mean, they had a few CDs and some VHS tapes, but yeah, no vinyl. So again, it was a shot in the dark. But my next stop was Goodwill, and I did find some good stuff there. It was my second time going to that particular one, and yeah, they have one of the smaller selections, but they tend to have some more popular albums. Yeah, their selection is small but good. We'll put it that way. But one thing I couldn't believe, and I've wanted one of these since I was a teenager, and it's kind of going back the other way from vinyl, you know, back to the future, and that is for playing CDs. Yeah, I just could not pass this deal up. You're gonna have to, it's big. Yeah, I don't know if you can see there. JVC XL MC222 compact disc automatic changer. A capacity of 200 CDs. Nice, nice. And look at that price! I could not pass it up. $9.99. The lady there at the Goodwill said that I really lucked out because, whew, it's a little heavy. Because usually these are priced at $50. So, yeah, $10. And I tried it out as best as I could. I plugged it in, and it actually has a couple CDs that were already in there. And so I made sure it would play and everything. I couldn't hear anything, obviously, because it's not hooked up to speakers. But it appears to be fully functioning, and the little door opens, and yeah. So that's very exciting. $10, I couldn't pass it up, and we still have a lot of CDs, especially my wife really likes her CDs still. She listens to them in the car. So I said, we could fit your whole collection in this thing. And it's just $10, so man, you can't go wrong with that. So, alright, let me put this down. Yeah, how are you liking Procol Harum? I don't even know if that's how it's pronounced, but don't mind my forehead there. And if it's a little glossy, it's because it is extremely hot today. Probably not the best day to be buying vinyl. Whew. Yeah. But I bought some nonetheless. Alright. So, I did pick up some vinyl at Goodwill. There should be a business card in here. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it. Well, I just don't know what happened to that. Ah, maybe that's it. No? Ah, I lost the business card, darn it. Anyway, alright, so I did get some at Goodwill, and I'll go through these quickly because I'm already 6 minutes in. Alright, so in no particular order, the first one, now this is more common fare at most Goodwills, Percy Faith. I chose this one mostly because of the cover, actually. I really like that design. It's really good. The hand reaching for the... is that a French horn or a... cornet, maybe? Yeah. But Percy Faith, good classic music, you know? Not classical, but... now this is a band I'm not familiar with, but I remember people mentioning them on Facebook in the YouTube vinyl community. It is The Tubes, Outside Inside. Yeah. At first when I saw this I got really excited because I thought it was a picture disc. But you take it out and that's just the label. But that's fine. Yeah. And these were $1.99 each. Then we have, there it is. Excellent, I found the business card. That will come in handy later. Okay, so, then we have Greg Ken Band. Rock and Roll. Rock and Roll, I get it. Oh, yeah. And not hugely familiar with Greg Ken Band, but I know I've heard some stuff and I like it, so. Now this one is more of a shot in the dark for me, but I love the artwork. It's UFO. It does have some minor scratches on it, but it's a double LP. And it looks like it's a rockin' album. Chrysalis. Yeah, so there's that. UFO, Strangers in the Night. Then we have Ronnie Milsap. What I know of him, I want to say he's like country music, piano-based country music, slash easy listening. Yeah. I remember hearing some of his singing and liking it, so I picked it up. Now this one isn't in the best condition, at least the sleeve, but I love Elvis Costello. This is my first Elvis Costello vinyl. I had to pick it up. It has... oh, here we go. Clubland, Lover's Walk, You'll Never Be a Man, Pretty Words, Strict Time, Luxembourg, Watch Your Step, New Lace Sleeves, From a Whisper to a Scream, Different Finger, White Knuckles, Shot with His Own Gun, Fish and Chip Paper, and Big Sister's Clothes. This is from 1981. So I think this... I want to say this is probably from before the songs that most people are familiar with, 1981. I think most people know stuff from the mid to late 80s. So, but that's Trust by Elvis Costello. And the Attractions. Elvis Costello and the Attractions. Alright, then I did post on on Facebook that I was going to Dr. Strange Records. It's all actually in Alta Loma, California, not Rancho Cucamonga, California. But it's very close. I mean, it's like right there. I wish I had more time to spend there because I only had about 20 minutes and then I had to go pick up my wife. And bless her, she waited in the heat for me to get there to pick her up because I was running a little late. Bless her little heart. Yeah, but I was so happy. Dr. Strange Records. Unfortunately, they don't have their logo on here. The logo is really cool. I don't know why it just has a blue circle. That's kind of lame. But the biggest selection of new used rare vinyl, punk, oi, ska, ska, new wave, metal, CDs, cassettes, t-shirts, buttons, bondage pants, creepers, isn't that for little toddlers? Like, I don't know. Studs, belts, yeah, it's like, punk paraphernalia, basically. But vinyl, that's obviously why I was there, and I did pick up a few. Yeah, so if you're ever in Alta Loma, California, or Rancho Cucamonga, which is right next door, you can definitely check them out if you're into the harder stuff, punk and such. Actually, in their bargain bins, they had some other stuff. I saw Cyndi Lauper, and they had 50-cent records there, and I took a picture of that. I still need to share that on Facebook, but they had 50-cent bins, which was a lot of the stuff you would see at Goodwill, basically, but cheaper, a lot cheaper actually. Yeah, but the other bargain bins were more like the $4 to $7 range. Yeah, so I picked up a few from there, and in that section too, they had some like Cyndi Lauper, like I mentioned, that were a little. I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. Yeah, a little more variety, but obviously their specialty is punk. So, all right. So the first one is Till Tuesday, Voices Carry. I was big into Till Tuesday. For me, they were right up there with Thompson Twins. Oh man. Now, I probably should have opened these and looked at them, but I didn't. But they were just $3.90, so there's that one. And I'm not familiar with this particular album, but I do like the call. This is their album Seen Beyond Dreams, again for $3.90. And the sleeves are in very good condition, so I think that bodes well for the vinyl itself. I don't know that I would recognize any of their song titles, but Seen Beyond Dreams, the call. And then the last one, this was kind of a shot in the dark for me, but yeah. It's a picture disc by Brightside. The album is Punchline. And this one was a little bit more, $8.90, but it's a limited edition. It's limited to 2,000 copies there. So, yeah, I really like that artwork there. It's pretty cool. Yeah, and it was funny. This is heavier, so this is probably the heaviest album I have so far on vinyl. Again, I'm not familiar with them, but when I took it up there, the owner, who's very friendly and very knowledgeable, said, "Oh, if you like them, you'll like blah 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 blah," and named off all these other bands. I was like, "Okay." I haven't heard any of them, so that's really helped me know what this sounds like. But he did suggest it was harder. So I like all kinds of music, so I'm sure I'm gonna love it. So this is like I want to say the fourth picture disc I have. Yeah, I think so. The fourth picture disc. Yeah, so that was it. Those were my finds from Doctor Strange Records. Those last three were from Doctor Strange Records. The first bunch were from Goodwill. Yeah, I'm very pleased with that place, and I'll definitely be going back. It is a little far to, just go out there for a little while, but I was out that way anyway, so I figured it wouldn't hurt to just pop in there for 15-20 minutes, and there was so much more that I didn't even look at. Yeah, but yeah, that's it. I'm actually gonna go hook up my new CD player now and listen to that. But yeah, here's my haul for the day, and I'm awaiting some mailing boxes on or from Amazon, and once I get those, I'm gonna start listing items on Amazon and selling them on there. Obviously not keeping my favorites, but definitely listing some of the ones that are good, but I wouldn't necessarily need to hold on to. Yeah, there you have it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.